Hello friends, welcome back. So in the previous video, we saw the implementation of this function service main. And in this video, we are going to see the implementation of two more functions. One is service control handler and this service worker thread. And in the next video, we will see that how to install the service and how to run it. So all those things we will see, and I will share the link in the next video that where I have just committed this code in my repository, in my public repository, so you can download that piece of code. Okay, so this will be a complete project. As of now, it is just a service we are creating in this video. In the next, in the coming section, we will be discussing that how we can log the errors in the log files for the instrumentation, or you can say for the debugging and bug finding purposes in case some bug occurs. So that we will see. So all those things we will do that are done in the industry. I mean, when you create a professional project, live project, then how does it look like? What all it contains that we are going to implement here. This will be a very small project for you, but in any case, it will be a kind of project that will give you a complete idea, like how a live project looks like. Okay, so let me first show you the implementation of this function, service control handler. So I already have this piece of code here. So let me copy and paste it. So this is the one. And below this one, I'm going to just put it. So here, if you see service control handler, this is the function. So you can see it is taking one control code. This is a argument. And you could have seen that this function was passed as a, a callback function in the register service control handler. In the previous video, we have discussed this. So what will happen now in this one? So if you have given this function as a callback function while registering your service with the service control manager, then what will happen? Okay, so let me again open that service panel and let me show you what happens exactly. See, when you right click on any service and if you click on stop, then this particular stop request has a particular command code. That command code is received here, which is known as the control code. I repeat again that whenever you do a kind of stop or restart here, then in that case, this is known as a command, control command, and that control command is received here in the argument, control code. Okay, so it could be like if you do the stop, then in that case, it will be like this. This is the value. So this will be passed. Service control manager, when you will stop this service, then this is all handled by the service control manager. We have all understood it. Now, if you do the right click and if you do stop, then in that case, the value of stop, which is the control code for the stop command, which is 1, hexadecimal 1, that is passed to your function, this service control handler. And who passes this? Obviously, it's service control manager. That command has a value hexadecimal 1 when you do stop, and that is passed by the service control manager to this function as an argument here. Okay, when you have this thing, and if you see, like you have written a switch case here and switch case code here, and if you see that there is a command with a stop, someone wants to stop the service, then in that case, what you will do, you will see if the service status and the current state of the service is not service running, then you break from here. You will not do anything because it is already stopped. Okay. If service is not already running, then if by mistake someone just give the command here of to stop the service, then in that case, it will do nothing. It will just break from here and it will move from here, move away from here. Okay. But in case there is something like, service is running, then in that case, you are just going to give the current state as service stop pending. You need to set it here. ng service status dot dw current state is equal to service stop pending. Okay, just doing this will not work. You need to call this function set service status. Okay, so when you call this function set service status, then in that case, what will happen? It will actually stop the service. Who will stop the service? To whom this API will give the command, this will be giving the command to the service control manager. Basically, set service status, this API tells the service control manager that you want to do something, and what you want to do this thing, whatever you provide in these four variables, DW controls accepted, or you can say DW current state, or exit code, and DW checkpoint, all these things. You need to pass this one, this pointer to this one, service status. You just set it, and you just pass the address of this particular variable G service status. Okay, and then you pass the handle, and then actually it performs the real task of stopping the service. Okay, so stop is pending, and now after that, what you will do, you will simply set the event. Stop is pending, you will set the event. Set event means you will make it signal. In the previous video, you might have seen that we have not make this event, this particular event. Where is the event? Okay, let me. Yeah, this particular event we have just made the status as false. I mean, initial status, which is the initial, whether it is signaled or not, we have made it false. So initially it was not signaled, right? So it will be signaled here. It will be signaled here. Set service status. It will be here. Set event. It will be signaled here, which means now whatever thread is waiting on this stop event, that thread need to be resumed, and that thread will actually stop the service. Okay, and where is that thread? That thread is here, that I'm going to write. A very small piece of code, very easy to understand. You will be able to easily understand it. Okay, so let me write it here. So here it is the worker thread which is waiting on this event, and when this event will be signaled, this is waiting on this event, it will not do anything. This will, the control will remain here only until this event is signaled. And when this event will be signaled, when some user like you and me, he goes and just try to stop the service. I'm just taking the example of a service. Don't take it as the name of the service. I'm just taking the service as for the sake of example only. Okay. So when you do that, then in that case, that particular control code, like we want to stop the service, that will come here, that will be received here. And after that, we will be setting the event here. And what will happen after setting the event? This particular thread was waiting on this event so that someone should reset me. Someone should not reset, someone should signal me. So if you call this set event, and if you are aware about the set event API, then you must be aware that if you call this set event on any of the event handle, then in that case, what happens? That particular event object becomes signaled, which means it becomes available, right? So whosoever or whatever thread is waiting on this event object, that will be signaled or that will be resumed, right? So it will be resumed, and after that, what it will do? It will simply stop it. Okay, this particular wait for single object, this will simply stop it. And after stopping it, what will happen? You come back to this service main API, because you will simply, this thread will also come to an end. Okay, this is just a placeholder thread which will be just waiting for some event to happen, because we don't want to, just do the things here. This is wrong statement, so let me just remove it. So if we want to perform some kind of main service function here, we can do here, like right, like someone is giving me the signal that I want to stop. Then in that case, we want to clean up all the resources, all those things. We want to release whatever we have acquired as a resource. Like if you are using any file, if you have opened any network connection, if you have opened any socket, anything, in that case, you need to just release all those objects, right? So that thing we can do here. But as of now, if you can understand that this particular function or this particular thread is simply waiting that someone should signal this event object. And as soon as someone will signal this event object, this thread will come to an end. I mean, this thread will stop. This thread will cease to exist. It will just return from here. And if it will cease to exist, then what will happen? Come back here. This is the service main function, right? In the service main function, you were waiting here, right? You were waiting here. And once this thread comes out of this function, I mean, this thread comes to an end, because your wait is ended. When it will be ended? When someone issues some command, which is the service stop command, right? Once someone you know receive someone raises that command, then in that case, that particular command will reach here, will land here in this function, this callback API, and then it will simply set the event, which will make it signal. And as soon as it will make it signal, this thread will come to an end. And if this thread will come to an end, then this wait function, this wait for single object, which was waiting on the thread, this is waiting on this thread only that we have written here. So since it was waiting on this thread, so this thread will come to an end and this wait will come to an end. And after that, what we are doing, we are actually stopping the service. Okay. So before stopping, the status becomes stop pending. You can see here. And before starting, if you see, before we are starting the service, then also our status was status pending, start pending, right? So these are the functions. These are entire set of functions that we have discussed in the previous video. And in this video, all these are the functions which are used inside this service to properly handle it. Okay. So that your service control manager can properly handle it. Okay. Now in the next video, we will see that how these functions are used, because you can see that we have not yet written any of the main function. Everything is here, but the main function is not there. So we are going to discuss the main function, which is very easy in this case, and we will see that how we can install the service and how you can use it. Okay. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, have a nice day and bye-bye.